Boo, and we're live, everybody. Welcome to another episode of 60 Formula. Right now, we are doing a live episode. Hope you enjoy. We are moving, so everything has been crazy and busy. Yesterday was Britney Spears' birthday. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. So we were super busy yesterday just doing like birthday party stuff. He was like, yeah, we got a birthday yesterday. We had a birthday yesterday. So today we had to buckle down and we had to do moving stuff because that is most important. The day is coming up. We're moving in literally 6 or 7 days, and then we have a whole entire new world to deal with. Cryo, what is up? Thanks for joining. I really appreciate you, brother. So that is what we did today. We had such a freaking crazy day packing. Let me show you guys real quick what we're dealing with. Howdy, Dave. What's going on? Thanks for joining the live stream. Come on, Pepperoni Pizzas. So look, this is usually, I don't even know if I want to show you guys. Should we show them? Should we show them? Karen, thank you so much. Brittany, Karen says, happy birthday. She says, happy birthday. He's like, ooh, who's at the front door? There's no one at the front door, but come on. So this is usually my office. Look. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So it's just covered in boxes now. And there's nowhere to even sit or do anything. This is why things have become so difficult. So this is, here I am. This is my station, right? Hey, Laura, thank you for joining the live stream. Dude, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you coming in and giving us some love. I really appreciate that. I just was showing you guys, this is where I usually do all my YouTube business. This is my camera. This is my DSLR. I have a Nikon. I haven't shown you guys that yet, and I want to kind of discuss that in a video coming up in the future, but I just wanted to show you. This is where all sort of the magic happens. So you have this little notepad right here because I like to write down all my ideas for whatever I'm going to do. Like if I'm going to make a list of something, I'll write it down. But I used to have a second screen that I worked off of. Second screen, packed. Everything over here, packed. Hey guys, what's going on? They're so anxious for dinner right now. They're like, we need dinner. Dinner time is coming up. But I just wanted to show you this. Look, this is basically what I've been doing. Just trying to get episodes out to you guys every single day. But at the same time, I gotta pack because we are going to the beach and having Husky Beach Adventures. I gotta show you guys this. This is amazing. This is incredible. So check this out. Here's what, hey, we're on YouTube right now, guys. So check this out. So we're chilling here, right? This is where everything is. We got some more packed stuff over here. We got the dogs going crazy. Hila, chill out. But check it. You guys ready to feel happy? You ready to feel happy? Here we go. Hi. He's like that. That's the best place to be viewing everything that's going on. Just like, boop. There's nothing in here at all. He's just chilling in it. He's just like, this is my home right now. And then the dogs are like, what's in the bag? I'm like, the cat ain't coming out of the bag. Pepperoni Pizza. What's going on, Brittany? You having a good day? You having a good day? So, yep, that's basically what we've been doing. We've been crazy busy. But in this video, this live little video, I wanted to help you guys out figuring out how to become the alpha if you have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or a million Huskies or just a regular dog or whatever dog you have at home. Because sometimes you got a dog, right, and you bring it home and it goes out of control, just like Gila was like 38.9 seconds ago. And you're like, how do I take control of these dogs? How do I become the alpha in this situation? And there's a lot of controversy about whether or not doing the alpha thing is right or wrong. Everyone says, the scientist that wrote the paper on alpha and beta actually redacted his paper, blah, 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 blah. Look, all I know is that there's obviously clearly a leader when it comes to dog brotherhood. You know what I mean? Like leadership stuff. So you want to do it in the most positive way possible. You never want to like like hold a hand to your dog or anything or be really mean. You just want to do it in positive ways, right, buddy? Like positive stuff. But that can be confusing because a lot of people think that when you're an alpha, you're kind of like mean. I think a lot of people, that's like a big misconception. Look at Gila. Here's a crazy dog right here, in case you were wondering. So a lot of people, I think there's a misconception that if you're the alpha, you have to be aggressive towards your dogs. And that is not the case at all. There's a couple things that you can pick up and do that teach your dog that you're the alpha. And it's not mean. It's not aggressive or anything like that. So I'm going to teach you guys today what those things are. So sit back, grab a drink, maybe like a donut or something, and relax because we're going to have fun tonight for the next 30 minutes to like an hour. All right, here we go. You ready? I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. You ready? Tell me you're ready. Britney Spears is like, let's go, dude. Let's go. Let's do it. Okay. So one thing I like to do, thanks so much for stopping by, Aaron. Really appreciate you. One thing I like to do, okay, and this is kind of something you can do all the time. You want to do it a couple times a day. It's not an aggressive move, all right? It's not something you need to be aggressive with. I have to repeat myself a bunch because I just want to make sure that what I'm teaching you guys, you're doing it correctly and that you're doing it in the most responsible way. You know, I don't want you to hurt your animals. I want you to hurt your dogs. So sometimes when I go up to Gila, now she's not going to like it the most because she is super dominant, but I'll do this. Gila? Yeah, that's what I thought. She doesn't like it. George, come here. Put my hand around his muzzle, okay? You don't have to squeeze tight. Do not grab tight. Do not forcefully grab. But if you pet your dog, you know, stuff like that, you're hanging out with your dog, go ahead and just do this. I'm literally putting no force. I'm with literally like no force at all, just putting your hand around their mouth, just a little bit. It's uncomfortable for them for like a couple seconds. You don't want to hold it there for minutes. This is why I'm saying you have to be really responsible when you do this kind of thing. But petting them, just coming up to them, being like, good puppy, and then holding your hand like that, that is just a move that lets them know, hey, I'm the alpha here. And now if you guys are wondering where I get this kind of strategy from, I watch a lot and I study a lot of people who go out in the wild and they literally handle wild animals like hyenas and lions and tigers. And these kinds of people go into these dens and they deal with these people. I mean, those types of animals. I'm like, you're crazy. Even though I'm a little bit jealous because I would love to sit with a tiger or a hyena or a wolf. But when those people, the way they're able to interact with them is they let them know in this kind of like secret, quiet language, like, hey, I'm going to be the alpha here in this relationship. I'm not going to dominate you. I don't need to like hurt you or be aggressive. I just need to let you know that, hey, when we're playing, I'm the one that's in charge. So yeah, that whenever me and Gila play, when I'm sitting down with her, you know, I'm petting her and stuff, not every time. You don't want to do this every 2 seconds, guys. I'm just saying, maybe a couple times a day. You know what I'm saying? Just pet your dog, hang out with them, and then just, you know, put your hand around their mouth and just for like literally 2 seconds. And don't even squeeze. Don't squeeze at all. Just rest your fingers around their muzzle. It's a psychological thing. It's barely a physical thing. It's more in their head and your head. It has nothing to do with like force or aggression. You don't want to clamp. You got to be careful because a lot of times dogs will stick their tongue out, okay? And when you go to like put your hand around your dog's mouth, you want to be really gentle. You know, you don't want to be like and like grab. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm just talking about this is a mind game with your dog. Now, there's another thing you can do. Maybe you don't want to put your hand around your dog's mouth, which is completely fine. I understand that. You know, that's kind of a little bit like, what if you have a pug? My pug's muzzle is flat. Kind of a good point, actually, Cryo. That's actually a really good point. And that's why we're going to go into the next little point that I'm going to make here. Maybe you have a pug, right? Or maybe you just, you know, you don't want to take your hand and put it around your dog's mouth. Maybe your dog snaps or bites, or maybe they don't like that kind of thing, okay? That's fine. Maybe that's not a good place for you to start. So here's another place for you to start. Let's say you are hanging out with your dog, okay? sit down with him. Now, this is kind of a difficult thing to do, and I'm actually going to do it with Britney Spears because Gila's not really, she doesn't like to be messed around with too much. So, let's say you're hanging out with your dog, okay? You're petting him. Good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Look at you. All right, right here, right in here, this is a very, very vulnerable spot for not only dogs, but wild animals, okay? They don't like their hips to be grabbed, especially underneath here, right here. This is a vulnerable feeling to dogs. Now, I'm not saying you should, grab your dog hard, grab your dog tight. That's not what I'm talking about. But when you're playing with your dog, when you guys are messing around with each other and you guys are having fun, you don't want to like make your dog mad or anger them. It's good to put your hand here. And look, he's looking at me like, okay, I don't really feel comfortable with this, but you're the alpha, so I trust you. And I'm not hurting him. I'm not putting barely any force into this. I'm just putting my hand here right where he feels vulnerable. And that's the lesson that I'm teaching you guys right now. It's not about an aggressive act. It's not about being forceful. It's just about touching your dog in spots where they feel vulnerable. And these spots are right in here and around their mouth, okay? And when you do these things, these tiny little things, they are going to start to understand, hey, I can start to trust this person in my really, really sensitive, vulnerable areas. Now, when your dog's a puppy, one of the best things you can do for a puppy is to vets call desensitize your dog. So basically, when you get your dog, you want to touch them all over the place. You want to like take their paws, kind of like massage them like this, get them used to having their feet touched, because sometimes they're going to go to the groomer and they're going to get their, they're going to get their nails touched. And you don't want the groomer to get like attacked by your sweet little Husky. So it's good to desensitize them, and that's beyond and besides what I'm even talking about here. But it's good to don't do that on camera, buddy. It's not good. It's not good. You do that later. But I'm just saying, there are spots on a dog that you can touch. And I really urge you to do this slowly, okay? Because unless you're very, very familiar with the spots where you can touch your dog and you know what you can get away with, then that's fine. And you know your dog better than anyone else knows their dog. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure that they're comfortable with what you do. Don't go leaping into there. Don't be like, hey, doggo, burn. Don't, you know what I mean? Do it slow. Start petting your dog, maybe put your hand like right here. At first, then maybe, scratch under the chin, see how they like that. And then just for a second, hold that muzzle. And look, Britney Spears is such a beta that he is completely fine with me like moving his head around. He's like, no, I'm not, bro. Don't tell the audience that. And Gila, she's so like, I don't like my face being held. She's a good girl, though. You're a good girl. I know it looks so dominating when you take your hand and you like close it around your dog's mouth. I know that looks weird. And like I said, please, if you're watching this, I urge you, don't forcefully hold your dog's mouth closed. Just rest your hand, 2 seconds, pet their cheek, give them some love, and let them know that you the alpha and you're the one that's good to be trusted. Yeah, that's a good girl. Look at that good girl. So I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. I want to help you guys kind of get control of, if you have a Husky at home and you're having trouble controlling them, maybe they're a little bit too crazy, because that's a huge possibility. I put Britney Spears on camera here every single day and people see him and they're like, oh, he's a really chill Husky. He's really, chilled out. I have a Husky who goes crazy. He attacks me. He attacks my friend. He attacks my other dog. When you have a dog that's, doing that kind of stuff, you kind of have to put a foot down. And there's there's positive ways to do that, positive reinforcement, ways to talk to your dog in an animalistic way where you don't have to like take a hand or scream or yell or be demanding and be like, listen to me. You don't have to do those kinds of things. You just have to practice these small little steps. And I know it's easy for some YouTuber to get on here and be like, try this magical thing, and within 4 months, you'll probably be good. But I'm telling you guys, I have a couple people who have told me they've been practicing some of the methods that I've been preaching in the past couple of weeks. And even in just a couple weeks, this stupid bone, go catch it, boom. And even just in a couple of weeks, I've had a lot of people hit me up and say, hey, what you're teaching is awesome. I really appreciate you. It's all about patience. It's all about taking small little steps. And I couldn't say it better myself. It's all about taking small little steps and being patient with your dogs. And when you do these things, it goes such a long way. I just, careful. Hey, chill. I know, we both like the birthday bone. We both like the birthday bone. He was like, why wasn't it my birthday? If it's not my birthday, then I'm just gonna take this bone and make it my birthday. It's my birthday. Watch how good Britney Spears is getting at catching. Hila's a pro catcher, but Britney Spears, boom. Oh, wait, he did get it though. Good boy. That's a good boy. So if you guys have any questions about your Huskies, let me know, because I would love to help you guys out. What do you think? She's like, I can't wait. I can't wait. We're so excited to move and start doing all sorts of awesome adventures, taking the Huskies to the beach. I hear that some of the best dog beaches are actually in Jacksonville, Florida, and I've looked a few up to see what beaches allow dogs. Apparently, a bunch of them do, and I'm really excited because I've never seen either of these Huskies go crazy on the beach. I've taken them to the beach one time in their lives, and it was for like 1 hour or so, and Britney Spears was tiny. Mine does too, but it's like the same reason calls me a... Yeah, I only had them at the beach for like an hour, and I want to take them there for much longer, film an episode so you guys can see them running down the beach. I want to see like one of them jump into the ocean. That would be amazing. Like kind of like just run out there and then freak out and be like, oh my gosh. Yeah, somewhat pity, right? But yeah, seriously, it's going to be an amazing move. I'm really excited, but unfortunately, because I have to sit here and pack every single day, it's making the episodes just, I feel like they're a little bit shorter, and I feel like I could pack a little bit more information and fun into them, and I'm not like jamming 100% of what I could into the videos, so it's kind of just making me like, I gotta divide it all. Do you think two doggos will have a hard time adjusting to the new place? That is a great question. I'm actually going to film the whole process. So I'm gonna film the dogs the day before we move. I'm gonna film the dogs on the trip to the new house, and I'm gonna film them reacting to the new house so that you guys can see like what the dogs think of actually uprooting from this house and going to a new one. I'm going to see what their reaction is, and I'm going to share that with you guys. So if you guys ever, move with your doggo, maybe there's something that can be learned from that, because to be honest with you guys, I have not moved either of these dogs from this house since I've owned them. Since I've owned them, I've lived here, and I don't know how it's going to affect them when we move to a new location. I have a sneaking suspicion, just because we kind of did this mini little sample test during Hurricane Michael. Does the alpha trick work with pigs? I have no clue, honestly. I can't speak for pigs at this point. Never owned a pig. But since Hurricane Michael, basically, we had like this little test run, and we took them to a hotel for a few days. We did a couple live streams. Now, Britney Spears was totally cool with the hotel. He was like, I'm down, I'm chill, I'm sleeping in the bed. What toy are we fighting over? This bone. This is the most popular toy of all the toys. What is it with it? It's because it says my birthday, and you guys are just fighting over what birthday? Jeez. So I have a feeling that Britney Spears is going to be cool with the move, but I think that Gila is probably going to have this weird little concern issue because she's the alpha of both of them. And when you watch her closely, she's very protective of Britney Spears. She really likes to make sure that he stays in the area and that he's not doing something he's supposed to do, or he's not doing something he's not supposed to be doing. So I have a feeling that when we do move, it's going to be her that has the weird quirks. And if that does come true, I'm going to do a little study on how alphas react to moving in comparison to how betas react to moving, because there might be some weird little thing there where your alpha they may take basically all of the stress off the beta and put it onto themselves. Your dog is going mad for the squeaky toy. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know why. It's funny. You guys, if you saw the episode yesterday for Britney Spears' birthday, we went and got him so many toys. Like, I don't know how many, like 4 or 5. We got 2 bones. Here you go, boom. And let me answer all these questions for you guys. Okay, so we did buy Britney Spears and Gila from the same breeder, okay? They are directly brother and sister, okay? Gila and Britney Spears come from the same daddy and mommy. They are only 6 months apart in age. So when I got Gila, okay, she was the last husky to be picked from her litter. And so she was actually taken at 10 weeks. And then we have Britney Spears. He was the first to be picked up from his litter. I actually was super early with picking him up. I pre-ordered him. I liked Gila so much. She had such a good mannerism about her. She's such a good dog. She listens to me so well. She picks up on things so well. I wanted to get a dog from the same exact breeder. And I'd become friends and close with the breeder that I had gotten Gila from. So I said, I really would like to get another one. So we went ahead and we got them from the same breeder. Okay, I think the next question was, how do you keep them off the couch? That is a huge, huge test of time. You have to always work at that. So far, right now, my Huskies, they will never go up on the couch as long as I'm in the room. So if I'm in here chilling, they'll never get up on this couch. But you guys have seen the videos, I'm sure, of me leaving them home alone. They will jump up on that couch if I leave this room for 30 seconds. It's like the best taboo thing for them to indulge in. They like, the second I leave the room, Britney Spears just pops up on this couch. Are you still in here? Oh my God. Britney Spears, he just pops up on the couch and then basically encourages Gila to do the same thing, and then it's a mess. So my Huskies are basically well trained to stay off the couch when I'm in the room, but if I'm not here, that's another issue. I got to work on that. I don't even know if there is a solution to it other than to keep them crate trained whenever you're not in the room. But I don't know. I'll get back to you on it. My pug has 3 legs, but somehow ends up on the couch. Oh, that's I love dogs with 3 legs. They're like the cutest things in the world. I met a husky once with 3 legs at our local dog park, and they're just awesome dogs. Like, go them for having to go like the extra mile, and they're just, I don't know, they're just 10 times cuter. I like them. I like 3-legged doggos. Look at Brittany's like, I like 3-legged doggos too. You good boy. You're such a good boy. You're the troublemaker. You are the troublemaker. Yes, you are. So yeah, basically, that's how I deal with that situation. Hello, Glenn. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well today. We're basically just talking about the difference between male and female Huskies, the difference between beta and alpha. Your grandma's golden retriever has 2 legs and has wheels for legs. Is that really true, though? I mean, come on. Is that really true? I will believe you. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But That's pretty crazy if that's true. I've never seen a dog in real life with like wheels for legs. You have a male. That's awesome. What's his name? She's a rescue. My dad found her on the street. Wow, that's really cool. Good for him. I love rescue dogs. I know. Gila was first. Odin. That's such a good husky name. Hey, chill. Okay, so here's the deal. This is a big deal right here. This bone, I was thinking of getting a second husky, but will my older one not hurt the little one by playing? No, I don't think so. You have to look over it a little bit, okay? But Gila was okay, we're gonna sit down. We're gonna sit down. Ready? Good boy. Okay. I have video of Britney Spears, tiny little puppy, and Gila. She was a maniac. And we would let Britney Spears and Gila run around this whole living room and go crazy. And we were always so concerned that Gila would really injure Britney Spears. But we watched over both of them really closely. And what ended up happening was that Britney Spears actually injured Gila the most. And let me explain why. He had sharp nails, and the way they would fight was she would get on top of him, right? And he was so small that he would take his paws and like try to scratch her away. So she would be so gentle with him. It didn't look gentle, of course. It looked way crazy, but you know, from a human's perspective, it's not equivalent. They're dogs. That's how they play. But he had such sharp nails that he would scratch Gila's belly. I took her to the vet, and the vet was kind of like, wow, she has a lot of scratches on her belly. Do you guys have a new puppy? And I was like, yeah, is she okay? I've never noticed these. And he was like, yeah, this looks like she's got a lot of bruising on her belly because the puppy is constantly smacking against her and things. So it's kind of interesting. She was actually more injured than he was, but that's a good question. You want to be, you know, a little cautious about introducing a little itty bitty pepperoni pizza into the mixture if you already got a big old husky, especially one that may be a little bit crazy. You should be good. Huskies recognize, you know, each other. They recognize their own breed. And when your husky meets a little baby husky, they're going to go a little crazy. It's going to be a little tense for you. You're going to feel a little nervous, but that's fine. That means you're a good dog owner. If you're nervous and you're feeling a little bit tense, that means you're giving the proper amount of caution into consideration. Go you. The kind of dog owner you don't want to be is one that buys a puppy and then throws it into the room with an older dog and leaves the room and goes to smokes a cigar and eats like a TV pizza. You know what I'm talking about? Do your huskies sing much as Odin does at least once a day? Ooh, no, actually. My huskies don't talk that much, and I don't know why. It's getting hard for me to get them to howl, but if I leave them inside and I go outside, okay, and they know that I'm in the garage. If they're caged up and they know I'm outside, they can hear me talking on the phone or something or talking to somebody, they will howl together very loudly to get my attention. They will be like, I think Britney Spears initiates it. He does this thing where he whines, and then Gila, she literally lays there like she's laying in the crate, and she just points her head to the roof and just goes like, "Ow." It's hilarious. Cryo, thanks so much for stopping by. We really appreciate you, buddy. Enjoy your supper. We will see you later. So I want to tell you guys about this toy right here. This is Gila's favorite toy on the planet. It is a hedgehog, porcupine thing. Now, this is the second one she's ever owned. No, this is the second one she's ever owned. And usually it makes this piggy noise. Okay, it's broken because she breaks it in the first like 5 seconds. Hello, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you. So, okay, she loves this toy so much. All right, let's not fight over it. And it's like her favorite thing in the world. So we buy her another one, and ever since we got it, she loves it. The problem with it is that it's like got all these brown little furs all over it, and she likes to just rip them out one by one. One little brown fur after another, just one by one. She does the same while he eats in the kitchen. Oh, in the cage in your room. Yes. What treats do you suggest for training, or what treats do you use? Yeah, if I don't answer your question, please re-type it because it's hard. These things go by so fast, and it's hard for me to see. Thanks so much for stopping by, Sound. The treats that I use for these guys are dried lamb lung treats by Merrick. Now, I think I already packed them. I'm so sorry. I have so much stuff that's packed. I have there's boxes everywhere. The lamb lung treats by Merrick are amazing. First of all, number one, I suggest Merrick products. I'm not being paid by Merrick to suggest them. I just really enjoy Merrick. I think they're awesome. Now, I'm going to try and answer all these questions within one question. I do feed my Huskies kibble, okay? Now, I want to switch them over eventually to a better diet. I don't want them to eat kibble all the time. I don't think kibble is something that you should just keep your dog on. I mean, if you're going to feed your dog kibble, try and mix it. That's my opinion. If you're going to feed your dog kibble or your husky kibble, try and mix it with some wet food at least. These guys are going crazy. So, okay, back to the treats. So, Merrick makes these really great treats. They're dehydrated lamb lung pieces. Okay, sounds really gross, and it kind of is, but dogs really need organs in their diet. Okay, so if you are feeding your dog just kibble or just kibble with a can of wet food, this is something that's really, 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 really good for your Huskies. I would get them these dried lamb lungs because organs provide your dogs with certain nutrients and vitamins and all that sort of stuff that they don't get from kibble. If you aren't familiar with how kibble works, basically it's a balanced diet placed into every single little grain of food. But mostly what's put into that little grain of food is vegetables, like peas and potatoes and carrots and all sorts of stuff like that. So when they eat these kibbles, they're not really getting tons of nutrients that they would from things like, meat or organs and things like that. And that's what dogs eat, or at least that's what they would eat if they were in the wild, right? If dogs were out in the woods, that's what they would be eating. So it's kind of good to be mindful of that. So what I do is I buy them lamb lung treats. I'm sorry if I'm drawing this out, just trying to explain and answer every question along the way as I can. Do you know how to pronounce my name? I don't. I'm so sorry. Go ahead and comment again. I swear I will give it a shot. These comments are kind of flying by so fast that it's hard for me to see them. But maybe blah, 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 blah. How do you spell Gila's name? You spelled it correctly just fine right there. Correct spelling. Yeah, Gila, Hila, just like that. If you guys have ever watched H3 Productions on YouTube with Ethan and Gila, it's spelled exactly the same way as that. That's the best way that I can transfer that knowledge there. Yeah, Hila. It's a Jewish origin name, I believe, Gila. And his name, William, hi, how's it going? Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you stopping by. Britney Spears, so many people always talk about this because you can see it in the comments below. Britney Spears, his real name, when we take him to the vet and all that stuff, his real name is George. This is what I've named him. And everyone's like, George, that's a human's name. But the reason we call him Britney Spears, and I'll tell you right now, Gila looks a lot like Odin. That's awesome. I bet Odin is handsome. Yeah. She's like, leave me alone with my gopher, bro. Anyways, the reason we call George Britney Spears is this. I will tell you guys today. I get this question a lot, kind of. When I first got him, he became the beta so fast. Oh, William, thanks so much, man. That means so much, really. We really, really appreciate you stopping by and just commenting. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to do that. It really means the world. The puppies say thank you. So as I was saying, when we got Britney Spears, he just became such a crazy beta so fast because Gila was like, dude, this is my house. I'm not letting you rule it. I am the alpha. Look at her. She's like, are you touching me, bro? So everyone immediately was like, oh my God, leave George alone. Leave George alone. He's so cute. Leave him alone, the poor thing. So I started calling him Britney Spears because if you've ever seen that Chris Crocker video of Britney Spears where he's like, leave Britney alone, that's exactly how I felt about this dog. Everyone just loves him so much and they're like, leave him alone. He's so poor thing. So I was like, this is Britney Spears right here. Everybody just pitying this little puppo. He has bright blue eyes. They freak out a lot. Oh yeah, when people see Gila, it's funny. People think Gila is generally a prettier dog, but they think that Britney Spears has a way better personality. They always, especially ladies for some reason, ladies love Britney Spears. They're always like, oh my gosh, she's so sweet. Whoa, bumping the camera there. And he's such a sweetie pie. He is the sweetest. What's the best way to make your husky wait for their food? That's my biggest problem right now. Okay, what brand of kibble do I use? Okay, right now we're feeding them Merrick, okay, and we're doing the chicken and with the sweet potato. The last question was, what was the last question? Let's see, blah, 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 cancel. I'm trying to figure out how can I see, let's see, live chat, all this, here we go. Sorry, I just figured out how to get all these things up here. Okay, best way to make your husky wait. Oh, there he is. He finally came out of the bag. The cat's out of the bag. Okay, the best way to make your husky basically wait for their food. You know what? Why don't we do it right now? Because, okay, why don't we do it right now? So right now, since we are moving and we haven't been able to get what we're supposed to get, this is what we're feeding the dogs. This is what I have fed the dogs since they were puppies. And then when they came home with me, after a few months of being a puppy, I switched them over to Taste of the Wild. But they've always been used to this because this is what their breeder fed them as a puppy before I was able to come and pick them up. So whenever I'm unable to go and get their regular food, or whenever I can't, like we're moving right now, this is what we pick. Kezia, I think that's your name, Kezia. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have sweet dreams, and we'll see you next time. Andrew, thanks so much for joining. What's going on, brother? So look, this is what I am going to feed them tonight, and we're going to do this waiting thing, and I'm going to teach you kind of how to do that. But this is basically the go-to that I go to whenever I don't really have the food that I'm able to give them, which is Merrick, which I've mentioned before. How do you keep the dogs from hurting the cat? That's something that you just need to start from day one. And I have a video on that. You can go and watch it. It's called How to Have Your Husky Live With Your Cat. And you go and check out my library. You'll see those tips. Sniffing other animals like slobber and all. And that's a good question. I should make a video about that. Not right now. I don't have any tips right now, but I could probably come up with a few because that's really interesting to ask. So let's go ahead and get Gila's bowl here. And we're going to get Britney Spears' bowl as well. Britney Spears needs a new bowl because this bowl is just like, this looks like a bowl from the game Fallout. It's just like, looks like it has survived an explosion. Oh, okay, wait, what was that last question? Okay, how do you break a female husky being alpha? What do you mean by that? Elaborate a little bit more. You mean, how do you stop her from being the alpha? How do you become the alpha? I just explained that in the beginning of the video. If you kind of rewind this video, I explained a couple ways to initiate becoming alpha, how you can kind of talk to your dog a little bit better. I feel like you would be an awesome storyteller. Oh, wow, Chelsea, thanks so much. Thanks for coming and hanging out, and I really appreciate that compliment. I really, really do. And so do the Pepperoni Preachers. How to stop it. Okay, well, if you rewind a little bit and you go back, I explained a couple ways in this video how you can just play with your dogs, kind of hang out with them. And in that hangout session, you can kind of let your dogs know, hey, I'm the alpha, and this is what I do. I'm not really teaching it really well here. I should make an entire video on it. If you're really like curious about it, you can look up like videos on guys who hang out with like wild animals. They really do this thing where I'll show you just real quick. When you are hanging out with your dog, okay, and you're just petting them on the head, just take your hand, all right, and put it around their mouth like this. Don't grab it hard. Don't squeeze down. Just put your hand over their muzzle. Just like that for 2 seconds. Pet them on the head. Just make it fun. Make it not like a big deal. Don't be aggressive about it. But putting your hand around a dog's muzzle and putting your hand in this area. This area right here, their hips. Yeah, see, he doesn't really want me to do it right now. This hip area right in here. Yeah, let me show you. Right here. Dogs, that's a super vulnerable place for dogs. Now, what you want to do is basically sit down with your dog, put your hand in that spot. Don't grab it hard. Like I said, don't be aggressive. Just put your hand there, and that lets them know, hey, it helps them learn to trust you when it comes to their vulnerable spots. You know what I'm saying? Just right there. Just right there. Just put your hand there. And that just lets them know, hey, I'm being touched in a vulnerable spot. I'm learning to trust my person. See, if a dog's not going to let you do those things, then you're not in control. And you can take back the control super easily. It's not hard. You don't have to be aggressive about it. I'll make a whole video on it because I feel like it should be, you need to go deeper into it. I don't want to mislead anybody into doing something bad or something wrong. I'm really self-conscious about giving people the wrong tips. I want to help people out as much as I can, but also I don't want to stray people into doing something that's wrong. I feel like I have a big responsibility. So you see toes? What? You don't see any toes? So yes, please, a whole video would be amazing. Yes, I will get that done, I promise. I will try and get that video out to you by at least Friday or Saturday. Anytime people come to me and they're like, hey, I have a question. Can you make a video about this? Because I have a husky or I have a dog and I need some help. That's the best thing that I can get, because then I can go ahead and make a video for you guys as fast as I can, and that's what I'm trying to do here for you, is just help you guys out. So let's get back to feeding, okay? Cool. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the cup and we're gonna fill it with food. Now, it doesn't really matter what your dogs are doing right now. My dogs, oh, coming out of my shoes. Yes, I need new shoes. I skateboard a lot, and if you skateboard with huskies or you just skateboard in general, your shoes are destroyed. They just become like, especially Vans. Vans are not good shoes. They're good shoes. They're great. Vans are great shoes. I love to wear Vans, but they're not great long-term shoes because they end up ripping and becoming torn up, and you need to buy a new pair of Vans like so many times a year. I'm planning to adopt a dog who's 10 months. I know you're not an expert, but I plan to rename the pup. Would it be hard, or should I just stick with her name? It depends. What is the dog's name? Your dog hears the food. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was thinking the same. When we got Britney Spears, his name was Atlas. And Hila's name was Midnight. We didn't keep Midnight or Atlas, even though I like both those names. They're pretty, I struggled with Atlas. That's why I was like, maybe I should keep Atlas. Atlas is a pretty cool name, but I ultimately changed it. That's why you don't wear Vans. I hear you. Yeah, I've been changing up my shoe wear a little bit, trying to find some cool shoes. Vans are just so cheap. They're like 40, 50, 60 bucks. You can grab, they have like such a wide variety of shoes. All right, let's start. Say 60 formula. Can you stop talking about shoes, bro? We're trying to do some dog training stuff. Okay, let's start here. You got your food here, and your dogs are waiting. Now, I think if you are asking the question of how you get your dog to chill out when you're feeding them, they're probably not over there. They're probably right here. Oh, William, don't say sorry, bro. Not your fault at all. We love having you here. Thank you for being here. It's just me. I keep digressing. So this is what we're going to do, okay? The first thing you want to do is take the bowl. Let's start with Britney Spears. All right, let's take the bowl. Sit down, buddy. That's a good boy. He's going to lay down for me? Okay, good. That's basically your first step. All right, we're gonna go mega slow. I'm gonna try and do this as slow as possible. It's hard because we're like leaps and bounds ahead, but when you're starting out, you're gonna get your dog to just sit like this. All right. Now, chances are, as you lower the bowl, okay, you see how his head popped up there? Okay, as you lower the bowl, chances are your untrained dog is going to jump up and stand up immediately as you lower your hand. When they do that, okay, as you lower their food, when they jump up to stand, pull that bowl back. This is going to be a long, arduous process, okay? It's not going to take 2 seconds. It's not going to happen overnight. This is going to be something you're going to practice probably for a solid 2 to 3 weeks before it's perfected. If you have a super smart husky or a super smart dog or like a German shepherd, this may take you 1 week to 2 weeks, but typically it's going to take a minute. So you're going to take that bowl and you're going to lower it, all right? And see, you're going to pull it back. Yeah, you're going to pull it back if they decide to get up. You put it down, and if they don't move, you just keep going. All right. Now, your bowl's going to make a sound like that, right? That's probably going to get your dog to stand up. As soon as this makes a sound, that's going to be probably the second hurdle you'll have to get over. Now, when they go for it, you're going to pull it back. Each time they go towards the bowl, you're going to take it away. Progression is reward, and digression is a consequence. Okay? So let's sit. Good boy. You're being real good. You're being real good. Lay down. Good boy. Now, you can use the word stay if that works easier for them, if they know that command, that will help. So you can use that. Stay. So, while Britney Spears is chilling over here, let's go get no. You're going to stay. Come on. Let's go over here. Stay. All right, now we got Britney Spears' boy. We got Gila's bowl. What did I even say right there? Stay. I'm going to put this down. Hey, no. See, that was a great example right there. Stay, buddy. Stay. All right. So you got both dogs on the floor. Hold on. Go ahead. And that basically go ahead for me is their break command. You can just say break if you want. Break works. I just say go ahead. They understand what go ahead means. That's the word I use for them. So I kind of sped that process up there a little bit. I kind of made it look easy, but you're just gonna do each dog at a time, right? You're gonna slowly. They're not gonna perfect it. Okay, you're gonna have to feed them eventually. Don't be like, I'm not feeding you until you get this. Eventually, you're gonna have to feed them. They're not going to succeed right away. Be understanding. That's the best thing you can do for your dog when you're training them. Just be understanding. Just be open. Pretend like your dog is a baby infant child that doesn't even know the human language. And you have to communicate to them through a secret language called dog talk. Do your homework and then I'll feed you. Exactly. This is the thing. You want to create a communication between you and your dog. A healthy one. Not a broken one where you're hitting them in the face and pulling their tail and poking their toes. You want to talk to your dog, okay? And it's easy. It just takes practice. Imagine meeting an alien that just landed down on Earth. Even if they were able to build a ship and be the smartest, most intelligent species in the universe in order to make it to Earth, it would still be so hard to communicate with them. It would still take so much work to communicate. Do dogs have toes? That's a good question. I guess they don't. Also, another thing, something you should practice, which I do, and I don't really talk about this, weird little things people don't talk about. When your dog is eating, go up to them, pet them a little bit, especially when they're puppies. When they're eating, pet them a little bit. This lets them know that it's okay to be touched when they're eating. And that's important. No, 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 no. Don't come near his bowl. No. Good girl. You want to touch your dog and desensitize him to all sorts of things like that. If Odin plays up while he's being brushed, I growl at him and he knows to settle. And exactly, yeah. Like I said in a video before, you don't need to be aggressive with your dogs. We use high and low noises to indicate to them that something is right and something is wrong. See, if you think really simply, like if you take your mind and you try and break it down as simple as possible, Cryo, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. It means so much, brother. If you try and break down your thought process as simple as possible, dogs, that's how they think. Tiny, tiny little itty bitty bits. Hold on real quick. Someone needs to use the restroom. Oh, nope, never mind. Oh, there you are, buddy. Oh, come here. Come here. We're letting Rue go into the litter box. The litter box. My husky gets aggressive with the water bowl at the dog park. Really? That's really, really interesting, Shoeshine. Thank you for sharing that. Because my huskies, both of them, neither of them actually get aggressive around water. Only around. Would you hit the thingy? You wanna go outside? You wanna go outside? Hit the knob. Good boy. Good boy. That's really interesting that your dog gets aggressive. I Sam, by the way, awesome. Thank you so much, Sam, for coming and hanging out. I really don't want to butcher. Ooh, my bee. I really don't want to butcher anyone's name. I try and just like take the first few letters of the username and just use that. So I really appreciate you helping me out and letting me know. But that's really interesting that your dog gets aggressive around water at the dog park. What I would do for that situation is I would introduce a dog to your dog while it's drinking water. And then I would, if you're able to get your dog to drink water when another dog is drinking water out of the bowl, reward them instantly with a treat. Try and stand there and watch them. And as he sips or as he doesn't growl, watch for the growling. When his lips raise, make a disapproving noise. And when his lips close, when the other dog is drinking out of the bowl, reward that behavior with a treat. Keep doing that over and over and over again, and that should help, but it will take a couple weeks to get over that. That's the same sort of thing you do with barking, in case you guys were wondering. Here, let's go outside real quick. I don't know if you guys can see out here, but we'll go out. This is the backyard that we just literally washed. So, call me 60. That's what everyone calls me online, it's just 60. But, hey, calm down. Enough. Don't be crazy now. But that's what you do when you're trying to get your dog to stop barking. You actually wait for your dog to get ready to initiate a bark, and then right before they do it, you reward them to tell them, you know, you got to find it in their head. You got to look in your dog's eyes and find that moment when they're about to do something, catch it, and then reward them before you do it. And once you get on that streak and that cycle, it's been called weird calling you Mr. Formula. Yeah, you don't have to call me Mr. anything. You can just call me 60, or you can just call me Greg is my name. That's my regular name. And it's over. If you guys ever visit that, probably not. It's Patreons. Everyone's got a Patreon these days, and they're like, go and visit it. But I basically explain everything on the Patreon, that my name is Greg and all that stuff. Gotta go, Aaron. See you later, buddy. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you stopping by. The pups really appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Oh no, you're losing Wi-Fi. That's no good. That's never fun. That is not cool. Hate losing Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi. Bads. Oh. Let's relocate. Come inside, treat. Come on. Come on. They're like, no way, bro. Is it? So hopefully, maybe now the service is a little bit better. I went back inside. So let's see. What was the last question? Is it bad that my dog gets aggressive around plants? I don't even know if that's a serious question. But if it is, that's very interesting. If your dog does get aggressive around plants, what I would do is slowly introduce him to plants. And as you get the plant closer and closer to him, at a comfortable level, you're going to find a threshold. You'll put the plant next to him, and he's either going to be comfortable or not. And where he starts becoming uncomfortable, I would start rewarding him at that point. And once he is, once you get him rewarded a few times, he's going to become way more comfortable with the plant. You can move it closer and closer and closer. But that's very strange. It's very weird that your dog would be uncomfortable around plants. Maybe something happened with plants in the past? I don't know. That's pretty crazy. Aggressive around air. All right. All right. All right. Who invited the trolls? Who invited the trolls? Was it you guys? Did you do it? Did you send the invitation? Did you send the invitation? Look how dirty it is outside. Can we go inside now? Can we go inside? Cool, thank you. Gila, let's go. Good girl. All right, no. Oh my gosh, Lord, thank you so much. That is insane. You did not have to do that. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh, you mean so much. That means so much to us. Thank you so much. Shout out to Lore for sure for the super chat. Thanks so much, man. Talking like that also loosens the dog. Yeah, I totally agree. See, that's the reason a lot of people come to my channel and they're kind of like, you have such, would you drink a Red Bull? Why are you so crazy before you're so wild. You sound like a crazy person on your channel. I just try to keep high energy. Keeping high energy is really positive when you have doggos. It lets them know that you're happy. It lets them know that they're doing a good job. And when we're making videos for you guys, I want to let them know that they're doing a good job and people happy. And seriously, go Lore. You are really awesome. Everybody shout Lore out. You rule. That was so cool of you. We really appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Seriously, any question you have, anything, no, I'm going to help you out for sure. For sure. But yeah, little tiny baby steps. Oh no, bad connection outside. All right, come on guys. Let's go inside now. Come on. Sorry about that for the bad connection. We just went outside for a minute. Question, but how do you figure out Brittany needed a slow feeder? Okay, so when I got Britney Spears, oh man, honestly deserves so much more. Oh wow, Lord, really? No, thank you. We do it for free. We do it out of the kindness of our hearts. You don't ever have to pay anything. It's never expected or anything like that. But we really do appreciate you, and we're here to help you anytime that you need assistance or you have any questions. Hold on, I gotta go back and catch that question. You probably missed it. Okay, Britney Spears, slow feeder. All right, so when I brought Britney Spears home, okay, I don't know if it was because of his litter mates. He had a lot of litter mates that maybe ate fast or got more food than he did. It's kind of funny because Britney Spears was the biggest dog in his litter. All right, so I thought he was going to be the alpha, but when I brought him home and I, put him up to stance with Gila, he did not become the alpha. I kind of expected him to eventually become the alpha. I wasn't really sure. But one thing was for sure, when he came home, he was eating out of a bowl like a madman. He was basically eating like uncontrollably, aggressively, just going at his bowl maliciously, like almost like he was starving. Like I would feed him and his food was gone instantaneously. It was pretty insane. Hold on real quick. I have to let the cat out of the litter box room. And he's going to be like, you left me in here, buddy. Go ahead. I know it's a hard knock life. I'm sorry. So he just ate too fast. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, This is very important. If your dogs eat too fast, they can get something called bloat. And it's very common in dogs that have deep chests, and that includes Siberian Huskies. Be sweet. So you want to watch out for that. If your dog eats too fast, that can become a serious problem. So Britney Spears was eating really, really fast, super aggressive, okay? And I knew that I had to slow that down. So I bought him this bowl here, and basically what this does is it portions out his food. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 little slots in kind of this little center portion, and he has to make his way around the bowl to get all the food. All right? So this helps him slow down. And honestly, it took a long time. I am talking 6 to 7 months for him to slow his eating down. I don't know why. It took so long, but it took a long time. And now that we are here, and he's a year old now, his eating has slowed down tremendously. Now that we're here, we are able to buy him a normal bowl. Thank the good old Lord, because I was about to freak out at how fast he was eating. I was really worried about it. If you're having that kind of problem, I really encourage you guys to get a bowl that has little partitions in it, because it will eventually fix the situation. It may take a little while, but it will fix the situation, I promise. Let me catch that last question real quick. After a dog runs hard, you should wait like 20 minutes till you feed them, or bloat can also happen. That's very true. Thank you for telling everybody that, Anthony. That is absolutely true. You want to be very careful about when and what you're feeding your dog and when they're doing exercise and all that sort of thing. You know, sometimes it's impossible to stop your dog from running around the room, but just be responsible about it. Huskies, they can get bloat, and you don't want that to happen. Bloat's super serious. If I haven't said it already, it can take your dog to the hospital. They can literally die from bloat, okay? It's super, super serious. Read your question, please. All right, 1 minute. Let me get to it. Okay. How do I stop my puppy from biting me? Is it just, okay. How old, let me ask you something. How old is your puppy, and is it a husky? You should try to introduce them to dog shoes and record their reactions. I know, I really would love to do that. I would really love to record them in all sorts of really awesome. There's so many people out there on YouTube that have really great ideas for what you should do with your dogs, like all these different crazy things. And I'm like, man, these are such good ideas that I feel like they're already all taken. And I want to do original things. I don't always want to try and copy and rip everybody off. I like to stay original on the channel. I like to be a little bit unique. You know what I'm saying? I do know that there are about 3,400,202 Husky channels on YouTube, and it looks like Britney Spears, ding, 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 he's gutting the hedgehog. And there it is, all done. All donezo. This is going to be garbage in literally 2 days, I can tell you. And she's going to have another one. So, okay, so you said, can you snoot challenge? Yes, I will do the snoot challenge. I will absolutely, eventually do the snoot challenge. She is 6 months. Okay. So if your dog is 6 months, she's going to still bite, or he's going to still bite, okay? That's something that puppies do. 6 months, still a puppy. If your husky is 6 months old, still a puppy. A lot of people think they're out of the woods when 6 months is up because their puppy's not really looking like puppyish anymore. You know what I mean? Trust me. They are still a puppy, and this biting thing that you're worried about, it will go away. It takes a while. Huskies, they really like to bite stuff. It's like their way of talking. I don't know. They really like to do it. And it is a struggle, a little bit, to get them to cut it out. Like I said in a previous video, you have to use, a mixture of toys and treats and your voice to let them know that it's not good to bite. But at the same time, you should let your puppy bite just so they can figure out their biting threshold. There, exactly. Yeah, read some of these comments that people are going through, and they're going to help you out a little bit because it's all about kind of like a combination of being like, hey, don't do this, but also replacing with a toy. You don't want to be too mean or like pop them on the face or get too mad. That's not really that good. A lot of people, it's funny. Trust me, more than anyone else, I understand. It's when you are trying to deal with something with a dog and you do it over and 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 over, it becomes extremely repetitive and it becomes extremely irritating, okay? And you want to just lash out at your dog. You want to just be like, shut up or stop or don't. And I totally understand that for every person who ever comes to this channel and visits and is like, yeah, easy for you to say, patience, blah, blah, blah. But really, if you are able to hold back that irritation, because I understand it, patience with your dog is going to go a long way because in the end, they're going to respect you and appreciate you a lot more when you're patient with them. Because when you get mad at them and you get really upset and you start like yelling and hitting and throwing things, that's when dogs, they stop respecting you and they see you as being loopy and crazy and they don't know how to listen to you or take direction from a crazy person. So it's just really important to remember that. Keep that in mind. Patience is key. How many dogs does it take to rip the poor hedgehog up? I know, that's what we're seeing happen right now. I'm telling you, I promise it only takes one. Well, it actually takes two. It takes one to rip all the guts out, and then the other to make sure that nobody's watching, while the other one goes into the garbage can. Hey, don't go in the garbage can. On average, how much do you spend on both your Huskies a month? Oh, good question. Wow, that's a good question. I would say the most expensive thing when it comes to Huskies, bless you, or excuse you, miss, for the burp, the most expensive thing is food, by far. If you have Huskies or dogs, the things you're going to be spending most of your money on per month is food. I would say maybe if you're getting the best food you can, if you're getting like the best of the best of the best, sir, like the most top quality shelf food you can get for your dog, you're probably spending like $100 a month. If you are getting just regular okay food, you're gonna be looking at probably $65 a month, maybe. Each time I buy a dog of bag food, here, put it this way. The big dog of bag food of Merrick that I buy for them will last me about 20 days and it costs me $40. That means it won't last me a full month, so I'll have to buy another bag. That bag will cost another $40 and about 15 of that will be used to finish the month. So we're talking about $55 just in food. Now, if I decide to buy them toys and it's not a pack of socks that I get from Walmart, we're talking another $25 to $30 in a month. So now you're bringing that price up to about 80, 85 bucks. It could be in close to $100 a month. Okay? For just, if that's assuming everything goes right. Your dogs could have fleas. Your dogs could have all sorts of things that happen to them. If they have to go to the vet, you're going to be looking at vet fees. And vet fees are not cheap, especially these days because there are so many people who own doggos these days. Dogs are becoming super popular, not only dogs, but other animals as well because iGen, which is the newest generation of babies and kids and people, they are super aware of emotional health. And emotional health is being basically, it's recognized by corporations more and more these days. And those corporations, you know, they're allowing dogs to come to more and more places as emotional support dogs. So just dogs are becoming so big that vet bills are something that you need to think about as well because vets are hiking that price up the more that we invest in our animals. I don't know how much it was to spay or neuter my dogs, but I'm talking like probably $250. $250 to get her spayed. Okay, I haven't gotten Britney Spears neutered yet. He's gonna get neutered here in the next few months. But That's a lot of money, okay? You have to have some dough to be taking care of these puppies. And it's not like you need to be a millionaire, all right? You don't have to have $1,000, but you need to have a job. You know, you need to have steady income. You need to make sure that you're responsible for these dogs. And it, look at this little kitty, like making all these little cameos tonight. Little kitty in a bag, little kitty running across the living room, little kitty all looking pretty. So yeah, basically that's what you want to worry about when it comes to monetary stuff with dogs. They're pretty expensive. Food is probably the most expensive. And I'll say this, mostly nothing ever goes wrong. Mostly your dogs are cool, okay? If you have to take them to the vet, usually it's not crazy expensive, but checkups can get a little expensive and they need a lot of shots. They need to get a lot of shots as puppies. Yes, Karen said it perfectly. They are a commitment. Thank you so much for everyone adding all your awesome information tonight. My vet is trying to get me for $6.8. Wow, $6.58. Yeah, see, it can be super expensive. Mega expensive. So just be careful. Just make sure, you know, you'll be fine in the long run as long as you're able to manage your money correctly and you have a heart for your dogs. You're going to be good. I want to thank everybody tonight for coming and hanging out and adding all the cool information that they did. I love that everyone came here tonight and helped me add their own experiences and their own tips to all the questions that were going around. That's so awesome. That's what we're trying to do on this channel. Ultimately, is we're trying to build a community for people who have questions about their doggos, people who want to know how to raise a husky, because so many people these days are becoming infatuated with Siberian Huskies. They're amazing, beautiful, wonderful dogs that should be celebrated. Every dog should be celebrated, by the way. And it's just great to create a community. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you guys coming here and making this the place where you guys come to share the information and learn more. Because I'm telling you guys, this is a good place to get some free stuff. I'm going to help you guys out as much as I can, and I ain't stopping. So with that being said, I just want to thank you guys so much for coming tonight. We're hitting 71 minutes, and yes, the stream is going to end, unfortunately. I hate to do it to you guys, but I got to go and eat some din-din and hang out with the pups. I know, it stinks, but guess what? The good news is we do a video every single day. At least we try to get a video out every single day. And guess what? If we don't, we're probably going to hit up the Instagram, hit up the Facebook, or even release a tiny little video on YouTube and let you guys know why we won't be posting. We are going to be moving to Jacksonville within the week. 6 to 7 days, you will see a video of the whole experience of them lifting themselves up from this house and moving to another house. It's going to be the craziest, coolest YouTube video. I don't know how many videos there are out there about people taking their dogs from one house to another and documenting the experience. Maybe there's one or two out there, but I'm super excited to kind of cover this topic because you don't get that opportunity that much. And I want to share that with you guys. So I'm really excited to do that. And I'm humbled that I get to show everybody. I really am. It means so much to me, and the puppies, they love you guys so much for coming and hanging out. So as always, guys, thanks so much. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell. Absolutely rewind. You rule. Thank you so much. I didn't even have to say it. I love you guys. So until next time, guess what? I will see you with another episode of whatever I make. Peace.